did no one tell me that men just don't get...
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, an April Fool's Day edition. Glad to have you with us. Brian Anderson here, alongside Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson, with Allie LaForce joining us from the floor. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Jaylen Brown.
Well, his scoring has dipped over the last few seasons, and sometimes that can be cause for concern. But it doesn't always tell the full story. You have to consider his role, his usage, as well as the other ways he contributes to the team.
And the starting group for the Celtics. Their backcourt, Pritchard and White. At the forward spots, the talented pair of Brown and Tatum. And it's Vucevic in at center. And for the Heat, Tyler Hero is out there with Davion Mitchell. Then it's Andrew Wiggins. Then it's Norman Powell. And it's Adebayo in at the 5, down low. There's nothing like the intensity of coming down to the wire when both teams are fighting for playoff position, Grant.
Well, you know, B.A., for these teams, what you did before doesn't matter. You have to give everything in this game. It's essentially a bunch of one-game seasons from here to the finish line.
Clock is at 3. Wiggins passes to Hero. Shoots over White. Hero, no good.
Nice.
Boston on offense. Man, this team has been unstoppable away from their own arena. Up there with some of the best road teams we've ever seen.
No question about that. It's hard enough to win in this league with the parity, but to do it away from your home floor,
Nice.
that's something to be proud of.
And that'll be Miami's ball as it goes out of bounds. Heat able to keep the possession. We got to see that one again. That block was all-out effort.
And that kind of rejection early on energizes your squad. The coaching staff just loves this kind of hustle.
So it's Miami now. Outside Mitchell. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2. And so it's Pritchard with it. He brings it up for the Celtics.
Oh, I love that possession for them, ending with an assisted bucket.
And just over a minute played here to start the game. Yes, Peyton Pritchard doing it at the NBA level. But he was a beast in the college ranks too, Richard.
All-time leader in games played, minutes, and assists in his conference. The only player to reach 1,900 points, 600 assists, and 500 rebounds in the conference. You know, that's pretty tough.
Here's Brown, following the bucket by the Heat. Tatum, good.
Love to see Brown facilitate out of a pick and roll, and I'm sure his coach feels the same way.
For Miami, they've gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Miami moving it around. Hero finds Powell. Off the mark there with a 3.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Vucevic, a screen on Mitchell. Pritchard, the pass to Vucevic. And he misses the go-ahead basket. Pass to Mitchell. Now here's Powell, defended by Brown. From 17, that's good from Powell on the assist by Mitchell.
And you got to defend better than that. I mean, that's a good look for him.
See, this is what analytics don't take into account. Some guys thrive in the mid-range. Really depends on the shooter. It's actually kind of lazy.
Now here's Tatum, coming off a terrific game against Atlanta. Clock at 6. Brown passes to Tatum. On target from about 13 feet. Tatum's got his second basket on the night.
Over the years, Tatum has limited the amount of mid-range jumpers that he takes, but it is still a natural part of his game.
Powell, and he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. That one on White. Miami shooting their initial free throws of the game here. That one falls for Powell. And even as the Heat look to go younger, this is not a team with an appetite for lengthy rebuilds, Grant.
Yeah, B.A. The one advantage they possess when star players around the league ponder a change of scenery, Miami certainly has some great views.
Ware's checked in for Miami. Jaquez comes in for Mitchell. And so Powell nails them both.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see a miss.
Here's Tatum. Excellent D there from Wiggins.
Fantastic defense, giving full effort.
Jaquez drives in, and that's good. His first bucket of the game.
The passing of Hero keeps getting better and better as his career goes on.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Just moments ago, Eric Spoelstra and I were able to chat. Right away, we got to talking about Jaylen Brown, and he said he's going to make trouble for us, but with strong coverage and fast rotations, I think we'll do a good job limiting his production. Some confident words from Coach on how they'll slow down Brown's output tonight. Guys, back to you.
And Allie, thanks.
Oh,
Gotta
nice
score this
one-handed
one.
jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. Brown against Powell. Vucevic, good. And Brown gets the assist. Brown's
I
got
gotta
3
stop
assists
him
in the
in this
game.
one.
Doing exactly what you expect. Vooch setting a solid screen that gets things going.
Hero, no good.
Nice.
Celtics trail by 4. Inside, he shoots. Brown can't hit.
And you got to give credit to the D for never giving up on the play and doing just enough to bother him at the rim.
Wiggins, no good. The Celtics have gone 4 of 9 in this one so far. Vucevic gets the bucket. Vucevic has gotten his second bucket.
Not stopping Vucevic that time, powering through the defenders.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Powell surveying the D. No good with the triple. Here's Gonzalez. He's guarded by Hero to the paint. Here's Vucevic. He nails it, and we're tied. Vucevic has got 6.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
It's all tied in Miami, and we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. Good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And guys, what's your take on Miami so far?
Well, what I love is the tremendous belief in their bench. They were looking for points, and their reserves delivered.
Sometimes you just need a change of pace. The bench delivered that.
Pritchard with it. Still no points. Adebayo and Ware together inside. Then there's Yakachonis. Then it's Jaime Jaquez. And it's Larson in at the 2-guard. That's the group on the floor for Miami.
They're playing great team basketball. It's good movement and sharp, crisp passing.
Outside Jaquez. Pass to Adebayo. Queta pulls it in.
I'll be honest, I'm a little surprised he missed that.
Here's Pritchard, averaging around 6 a game. Down low. Releases. Again, Boston.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Heat trail by 4. Quarter number 2 and about a minute in. Adebayo up top. Miami moving it around. Three-pointer Yakachonis. Sinks it from distance. Yakachonis has got himself on the board with a 3 there. And so Joe Mazzulla calls the timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust.
Timeout call.
Hey there, welcome to the channel. How's your day going?
Miami making a switch here. Mitchell's checked in, and the Celtics also making a change. White's checked in, and it sure seems like post play has evolved quite a bit over the past decade or two.
Yeah, it really has. I mean, there aren't many big men who operate only on the low block anymore. But if they do, they're considered throwbacks.
To the middle. And down it goes. Dunked it through off a beautiful setup.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Pass to Adebayo. Boston pulls it in. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Brian. Bam Adebayo is now the all-time leader in double-doubles. Bam said, I want to be number 1 in some, if not all of these categories. I just have to keep improving and keep chipping away. And then it's just focusing on getting these wins. Brian?
Good priorities. Thank you very much for the report, Allie. So it's Miami now. The Celtics making their last shot. Adebayo from long range. That one falls. Nice setup by Mitchell. Adebayo's got 5 points.
Yeah, Adebayo getting it done from downtown.
Oh, through contact. White gets the finish.
All 5 guys are in sync. Their ball movement is flawless.
And here's a timeout from Eric Spoelstra now. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. checked in for Miami. Tyler Hero comes in for Larson. And for an idea of how the league is shaping up right now, take a look at these latest power rankings. Taking a look at Boston, they're hanging in there at that same 5th spot and hoping to climb higher.
Seeing where the Celtics are, they're showing who they are right now, and that's consistent. Can beat anyone on any given night. Now, the question...
Bam, going up high to polish it off.
Oh, it's almost scary watching Adebayo throw it down. Incredible natural power.
Pritchard surviving the D. Here's the pick. And he lobs it up to the rim.
Ooh.
Here's Hero. Got a piece of it. Right side Pritchard. Queta, pass to White. To the inside. With
again.
a steal.
Freaking Bam.
Shoots from the elbow. Boston pulls it in. They want to keep rolling here, following a win against Atlanta.
You have to respect their ability to stay consistent away from home, keeping their cool and making quality shots.
They took the air out of the crowd again and again with big shots. They never let the fans become a factor.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
Here's Mitchell. Oh, that doesn't go on the chance to tie. The Celtics with the lead. A minute 4 left to play in the first half. Queta, perfect pass to set up the lay-in. Queta's got 10 points in the quarter.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area, huh?
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Now here's Hero. Tightly guarded. Powell for 3. Here's Adebayo.
Oh.
And finished off by Adebayo.
A tireless worker at both ends. Adebayo imposing his will that time on the offensive glass.
Garza passes to Queta. Ooh, he's been flawless tonight. Now he's 6 for 6.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Misses off the right iron.
I mean, he's yet to make a shot this quarter. At some point, you got to look for other ways to impact the game.
Pritchard from outside. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Got to fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
And so it's Boston closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. Their defensive efforts have paid off, effectively shutting down the opposing offense. We'll be right back.
Thank you for joining us. Getting right to the story, things are going well for the Boston Celtics.
Hey, these guys are a bunch of artists, man. You know why? They live for the paint.
Oh, that joke was weak, but their play style is Diesel approved.
I wouldn't say the joke was weak, it just needed a capper. Okay, now we've got some time to take a look at the Eastern Conference standings as the postseason comes into view.
You look at the Celtics, they're in good position, definitely among the top teams in the conference.
And just as important as the seeding is how you're playing down the stretch. They're trying to dial it in. Thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to head back over to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. On the court right now for the Celtics. At the forward spots, the talented pair of Brown and Tatum. Their backcourt, Pritchard and White, and it's Vucevic in at the center position. Brown, a screen on Wiggins. Tatum passes to Brown. Shoots over Powell. And good, as it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Brown's gotten his first points in this one. You know, Grant, for all his competitive nature, Tatum has a pretty calm demeanor. Do you appreciate that?
Yes, indeed. As a team leader, a father, a role model, and a professional, you can't ask for much better than Jason Tatum. He is the real deal.
Just 3 to shoot. Wiggins for 3. Jaylen Brown with a rebound.
As they're doing strong work on the glass, a +5 advantage for them.
To the paint. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's Wiggins. Kicks it to Hero. Outside Mitchell. Miami moving it around. And he lobs it up. Vucevic with a steal. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, Tyler Hero wants to be the complete package. He said, quote, "I'm not thinking score, score, score. It's more about finding different ways to impact the game, knowing I don't have to force the issue. When I'm taking efficient shots and making the right passes, that makes us a dangerous team." Back to you guys.
He's finding that balance. Okay, Allie, good stuff. Up top, Brown. Now covers. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
It's crazy. He's growing taller. He's adding more muscle. Tatum just becomes harder to defend in there.
Boston shooting their first free throws of the evening. And that one falls for Tatum.
Now look, from the moment he stepped into this league, Jason Tatum has been a difference maker. Every team in the league is looking for guys like him. Long, athletic, and most importantly, winners.
That one falls,
nice.
So he hits both of them.
One of the best players in the game today. Tatum's work ethic and hunger to win more championship is special.
Pass to Hero from the arc. Here's Adebayo. And finished off by Adebayo.
Just a big play at this juncture of the game. Second chance points could be the key for them.
Impressive effort right there. That's what they need to mount a comeback. And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And with 3 games remaining in the regular season, here's how the East stacks up. You take a look at the Celtics. With great effort over a long season, they're second in the conference. And, of course, the Heat, they're 5 spots behind them.
Well, right now for Boston, they're so focused on holding their ground now in the last month of the season. And, of course, missing the play-in tourney means extra time to rest. They know how crucial that is for the playoffs.
Right side Brown. And it's Miami with a rebound. Powell with it. Now guarded by Brown. Pass to Hero. 3-pointer. Good. Another from 3.
And that last 3 now ties him for the franchise record for most in a season. You know he's looking for that next one.
You talk about being locked in all year
Oh,
long.
come on.
Next one sets the franchise record. What a season it's been for him. Jaquez is checked in for Mitchell.
Push me out of bounds.
He's checked in for Boston. Pritchard against Hero. Powell passes to Hero. Back to Powell. Into the lane. Adebayo, good look. No good from 18.
Oh, man, that's tough. That's definitely one he'd like back. Almost too wide open.
Here's Tatum. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
Okay, just some big boy strength there from Tatum. Just put himself to the line.
This is his second trip to the free throw line in this one.
At the line for the Celtics, Jason Tatum. 1.
And that one falls for Tatum. There's a minute 59 left in the third quarter. Powell with it. Now guarded by Brown. Wiggins for 3. Again, the Heat misses.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
Vucevic, a screen on Wiggins. Here's Tatum. And yes, it goes. Got a little English on that one. And now a 9-point Boston lead. Wiggins outside. For 3, Powell. Not going to go that time.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Brown. Oh, look at Brown. Banging inside.
Oh, he's flexing on that finish. These kind of buckets get Brown going.
And here's a timeout from Erik Spoelstra now. He's going to talk it over with his guys.
There's just a lot of wide open lanes to the rim here. That'll drive your coach nuts.
Yeah, we can see over here. The coach, he has some choice words for his team. Words we cannot repeat.
Let's give a huge mighty welcome to the Heat Breaker Dance Crew.
And the Heat with some changes. Ware comes in for Wiggins. Larson comes in for Powell. Boston also changing it up. Cadiz checked in for Nikola Vucevic. And Garza subbed in for Brown. .105 left to play in the third.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Tatum with it. Guarded now by Jaquez. Rob! And pushing it up. Here's Miami to halt the run. And Adebayo slams it in.
Man, just an effective offensive talent. Adebayo plays so hard, and that's really what drives his game.
The floater. Too easy for Tatum, even with the contact.
He's getting it done offensively, making winning plays at every turn.
They need something good to happen here. And again for 3.
And he shattered the franchise's single-season high for three-pointers made.
Getting them up and connecting with high volume. He's been a flamethrower all year long. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. There's Tatum with the 3. Jason Tatum, he's a sharpshooter.
This is what great scorers do. Tatum rises to the three-point challenge.
Hero, no good. With 1 on the clock. It's good! It's good at the buzzer! Wow.
Nice.
Great job ending the quarter on a high note.
That's the play that pumps up the whole team, and they'll try to carry that energy into the next period.
Toma.
And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
I feel like we've seen more slick passing big men in the league today than we've ever seen.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Jaime Jaquez out there with Norman Powell. Then there's Khalil Ware. Then there's Mitchell. And it's Larson in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Miami.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Pass to Garza. Sinks that one from the post. And the Celtics lead by 12.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
Powell's shot is off.
Let's just say his subpar shooting is just one reason why they are trailing in this ball game.
60 ticks off the clock here in the 4th. And the three-pointer goes.
Now, you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to them at all times.
And the lack of defensive pressure on shots like that is a big reason they're down by double digits.
Back to Mitchell. And he's going for the oop here. Brown in the high post. Working on Powell. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. Grant, the thing about Jaylen Brown, he doesn't need a lot of space to get his shot off.
You know, B.A., he has a quick release and rises high on his jumper. Has a great up fake and can stop on a dime. Usually all the space he needs to find his shot.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. Wiggins, he's checked in for Miami. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
During that last break, I heard Joe Mazzulla as he talked with the team. And Coach reminded his team that leads can disappear quickly in the NBA. He said if we get loose and they make a few shots in a row, then this is a ball game again. Do not let that happen, he implored. Guys.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. And he makes a first.
And we've watched Brown blossom into a talented scorer, someone who's capable of shouldering that entire offensive load.
And both free throws good for Brown. Heat trail by 17. Jaquez on the wing. That one's still out of sync. Boston's gone 3 of 5 from the perimeter in this game. White on the wing. Powell covers. Here's Garza. The rebound by Ware.
Well, the defense was fortunate. That was a good look from mid-range. He just was trash.
And the shot's good by Wiggins.
Oh, get off of that, man. Wiggins is that dude.
And here's Brown. Now Vucevic.
Because he can commit from all three levels, Vucevic is a tricky cover.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Celtics.
Their offense has been a well-oiled machine. They're moving the ball around, playing for one another, and just piling up assists.
They're also doing a good job working the ball inside tonight. The defense has been struggling to slow them down there in the paint.
And that one falls for Vucevic.
Yeah, they've really made a concerted effort to get to the line here in the second half.
So for Miami, Adebayo's checked in for Ware, and it's Hero in for Jaquez. And so Vucevic nails both of them.
Vuce doesn't get to the line as much as you would expect, but he does shoot a good number from there.
Hero against White. Here's Wiggins. Adebayo sets a screen. 4 on the clock. The size and power from Bam inside.
I'll tell you, Bam is having a massive impact on this game. They just can't stop him.
Now here's Brown. 18 feet out. Rebounded by Adebayo. And pushing it up. Here's Miami. He's off from 3. Boston leading by 15. Vucevic, a screen on Wiggins. Here's Garza, hounded by Wiggins. Cash it in!
And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big.
If you want to be great, you have to have that killer instinct.
He almost brought the basket down on top of himself.
Oh, there's hang time, and then there's a time to hang. And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now.
If you see yourself on the big screen, then you know what to do. Show us your move. Let's go! Look at those moves! Who was beat there?
Changes for Boston. Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Garza, and it's Peyton Pritchard in for Payne.
Boston substitution. Jason Tatum. Peyton Pritchard.
Right side Pritchard jacks up a 3. Rebounded by Adebayo.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot most possessions. And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. It's just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the Celtics.
You can score without sharing the ball, but it can be a whole lot easier when guys are assisting one another.
Yeah, they were very patient. They were also unselfish, and ultimately, that's why they were so efficient.
And certainly a point of pride. They've now won 50 games this year.
And it's clear who the better team is. They sweep the 4-game season series, just dominating them.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Jason Tatum.
And let's just say this, the name of the game is scoring, and yes, he provided that tonight. You're welcome.
Brown, rebounded by Adebayo. The Heat have gotten 4 of 9 shots to go in during this fourth quarter. Hero fires. No good from 3.
He didn't have his feet planted.
Davion Mitchell.
And Miami going with a whole new group out there.
Third team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's White. Beyond the arc. No good. Here's Larson. And yes, sir. In stride on the lay-in from a sweet assist. Here's Tatum. And we've got 28 seconds left in the game. Four on the clock. Jaylen Brown. Oh, the long ball, no good. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. It ends up being a fairly easy road win.
Those are so hard to come by. It's never easy to take a game in someone else's building.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Richard Jefferson, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. And let's leave you with our player of the game, Jason Tatum.
The countdown is on from Milwaukee, Wisconsin at Fiserv Forum. The Celtics taking on the Bucks. For the Boston Celtics, ranked second in the East, a team to be reckoned with every time they take the floor, and especially come playoff time. Bucks, Celtics, the tip-off coming up right after this. It's Friday night, and live on 2K Sports, we're going to bring you the NBA and all its excitement. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan. And alongside tonight, Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy. With Allie LaForce reporting from the sideline. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Miles Turner.
And you can see his scoring numbers trending down as time goes on. It's not what you want to see, but maybe it's just time to shift his approach a little and start looking for other ways to get points out there on the floor.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Dynamic duo of Brown and Tatum at the 3 and the 4. Pritchard and White are their guards. And it's Vucevic in at the 5 down low. And for Milwaukee, Portis will function as the pivot with Antetokounmpo by his side. Kevin Porter is out there with Rollins. And it's Harris in at the 3 spot. And we're late in the season. And coach, both of these teams battling for playoff position. So, does that change your approach at this stage?
Well, no doubt. Obviously, you want to win the game, but you've got to consider your overall postseason situation. Potential matchups, injuries, etc. You might need this win, but if not, then you need to consider just how much to push. Playing some bully ball inside. Giannis using his size and frame to get his finish.
Tatum drives in. It's
oh, wow.
By Harris. And the Bucks with possession. Here's
terrible.
Porter.
Just terrible.
Giannis passes to Portis. Hails
wow.
the baby hook.
Yeah, when Portis gets the ball down there, he goes to work. Bobby has a nice blend of touch and size.
Three-pointer, Pritchard.
Ooh, that was
His
close.
first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest. And Antetokounmpo spins it in.
get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I was able to talk with Doc Rivers for a minute. I asked about an approach to Jason Tatum. Coach told me that Tatum is just about as good as anyone at countering plans. So he just asked his players to play to their strengths, saying if they need to make switches, that's almost a better option because the more looks we throw him, the less he can consistently play the same way. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you for that.
Well, you can't start the game much better than this. 4 of 5 from the field.
Here's White. Pass to Vucevic from outside the arc. That one's not going to go.
Well, this isn't the start they wanted. Need to just settle down and move the ball for better shots.
Richard with the ball. Picked up by Portis.
Come on.
Teardrop shot. And stolen by White. It's rebounded by Portis.
Really?
Yeah, slow start for them offensively. 1 for 5. They need to be more patient and find a better look.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Tatum passes to Vucevic, and he makes that one.
Well, moving Vucevic inside's like trying to move a brick wall.
Bucks leading by 6. Near the three-point line, it's Porter. It's hauled in by Brown.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Pass to Tatum. There's the 3. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Oh, boy. Tatum has ways to hurt you from every area on the floor.
Brown against Harris. Baseline J on the way. Antetokounmpo, no good. Celtics trail by 3. You know, Stan, there are so many things to like about Giannis Antetokounmpo's game. What sticks out most for you?
Well, look, I think, Kevin, most fans are going to say what sticks out is the obvious. His size and his athletic ability. But to me, what really stands out is the energy and intensity he brings on a nightly basis, as much or more than any star in this league. You can count on him every night to play as hard as anyone on the floor.
And timeout called by Doc Rivers. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. With some changes. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Harris. And it's Cameron Thomas in for Rollins. The Celtics making a switch here. Here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 6. And the dunk by Giannis.
So easy for Giannis to dunk it. It must be nice, huh, guys?
56 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Lead pass was put in just the right spot.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. They trail by 1. Home court didn't seem to help any last time they met. We'll see if it makes a difference this time.
And their last time against this club, they really fell short at the free throw line.
A volume three-point shooter. For Thomas, it's about taking high percentage looks from this area.
So it's the Celtics now, following the three by Milwaukee. And it's Brown missing.
I can't believe he missed that three. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving it.
Boston's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. To the paint, here's Queta, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Milwaukee. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Back right after this. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And what stands out to you from the Bucks in this one?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Yeah, they've looked sharp early on with their offense, getting good chances and converting what they've taken.
Now Pritchard hasn't made one yet. We've got Miles Turner. Kyle Kuzma is out there with A.J. Green. Then it's Gary Trent. And it's Thomas in at the 1 spot. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Kuzma with the screen for Thomas. Kuzma outside. Trent with the wide open look. Off target from three-point range. The Celtics with the lead. Pritchard with the ball. He averages a bit over 6 points a game.
And we talk about the importance of protecting the rim. Right there, outstanding defense.
And I like that Kuzma can go off 1 or 2 feet. It really allows him to attack the rim with ease.
Stan, every night, Kuzma finds a way to contribute on the offensive end.
Yeah, Kevin, I think what Kuzma does is he'll find a way to score the ball. He'll do it running the floor. He'll do it cutting. He'll do it on the offensive boards. And he can make jump shots. He's got a lot of ways to score, and he can take what the defense gives.
And timeout called by Doc Rivers. He's going to take his chance to talk to his guy. Changes here for the Bucks. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Gary Harris comes in for Green, and Rollins subbed in for Trent. Whitey's checked in for Boston. Last game for the Celtics, they pick up the win against the Heat in Miami. Thomas against White. Rollins with a screen on White. 6 to shoot. From deep, Thomas. Rebounded by Hauser. The Celtics have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. A shot by Pritchard, no good. The Bucks trail. Here's Giannis. And the Bucks miss again. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter. And the foul on Sam Hauser.
What?
That's his first foul. And when it comes to team building, GA, there's been a debate about whether the 2-star or 3-star approach is more effective.
Kevin, for me, I think it comes down to fit more than anything. It doesn't matter how many stars you have if they don't mesh. And if they're not comfortable in the role that's carved out for them on that respective team.
Now here's Giannis. 8 points for him. Can't connect from 14 feet out. Here's Pritchard. To the middle. Here's Queta. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's Rollins, and he lays it straight in.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Now Pritchard. To the inside. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Here's Rollins. Harris finds Thomas. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. There's Giannis with the slam.
Giannis will take on any defender. Nice finish that time.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. Check in for Milwaukee. And he has been on another level this past month, getting Eastern Conference Player of the Month, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And you just look at the point totals that he has posted up during that time frame. Just some unreal numbers. Hard to argue with him as the pick when he is just putting up huge stats on offense and carrying this team with his scoring ability.
Gonzalez passes to Tatum.
I'll tell you, not many players are better at forcing a defender to foul than Tatum.
Boston shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
Jason Tatum taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Tatum.
Well, look, what makes Tatum special is he helps you in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and on the glass.
He makes 1 of 2 that time.
Well, it's so impressive how Jason Tatum has just continued to strengthen his game. He's a star who isn't easily satisfied by his own play and always wants to do more.
From anywhere, anytime, Tatum.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Porter kicks to Giannis. Lets it go with the 3. The rebound by Queta.
Another miss. He is struggling for the quarter.
And they double up Brown. Out to Gonzalez from downtown. Here's Queta. Banked in off the glass. Cata's got the lead up to 6 now for the Celtics.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the back end.
Antetokounmpo. Giannis making his presence felt down low.
One of the most dominant scorers in the game today. Antetokounmpo takes pride in putting the offense on his shoulders.
Tatum with the screen on Rollins. The kick out to Tatum. Count that bucket. Tatum's got 6 points in the quarter.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense. That is a power play by Antetokounmpo, overcoming the foul and getting the and one shots.
The Bucks shooting their first free throw of the night here.
And collectively, they're only about 73% as a unit right now.
At the line for Milwaukee, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Shooting one.
Free throw good. Giannis. You know, Giannis just entered his 30s, coach, but he's already an all-timer.
He sure is, Kevin. Look, if his career ended now, this guy's still one of the best we've ever had in this league. Unfortunately for the rest of the league, he's still got a long way to go in his career, and they're going to have to deal with him for a long, long time.
Antetokounmpo against Tatum. Giannis passes to Porter. Lays it up off the glass. Porter's got his second basket of the night.
And defensively, that's just not going to cut it.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Boston on top, up by 3. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee.
Howdy, folks. Time for halftime fun. Woohoo! Before we check out the action at hand, first order of business, the power rankings.
Checking out the Celtics, holding in the 5th place in our advanced ranking system. Who does these rankings anyway?
We've got some worker elves in the back. They're well compensated. Union, benefits, all of that stuff.
And now let's talk about that first half for the Milwaukee Bucks. They're in a tightly contested game.
How have they kept it this close? Their D has been invisible. Come on, fellas, get after it.
Yeah, just a few more stops and this score would be totally different. And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You look at Antetokounmpo in this one. He's been everywhere.
And he's been a monster in this game, throwing down some huge dunks. And I wasn't sure the rim would even survive in that first half.
Well, as a defense, you can't allow him that much room in the post. That's just asking for trouble.
Here's Pritchard. On the court for the Celtics. Pritchard and White are their guards. Dynamic duo of Brown and Tatum at the 3 and the 4. And it's Vucevic in at the center position.
Great move by Tatum. Getting to the rim and throwing it down.
And taken away by Brown. And now it's Brown running. He can go all the way. And Brown throws it down hard.
Love the recognition. Realizes that one is all him.
Yeah, beating everyone up the floor. And finishes off the break.
Back to Porter. Launches a 3. Gonna go that time.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Brown down low. Guarded by Harris. Basket good. And it's a 9-point Celtic lead.
That's just Jaylen Brown putting in the work in close.
to the left wing. And here's Antetokounmpo outside. Rebound, Boston. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Tatum setting the pick for Pritchard. Knocks down the 3-ball. Pritchard's got the lead up to 12 now for the Celtics.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
Well, sometimes you just make shots, but they've certainly come out on a tear here in the third quarter.
And really, the playmaking skills that Giannis possesses are special. He's so difficult to guard in screen and rolls because of it.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks. Well, Giannis Antetokounmpo is unlocking a new aspect of his game. He said, quote, "I never initiate my offense from the high post, but Doc told me that you can be very effective there. It's hard for people to show a crowd, and you're one step closer to the basket. I plan to stay there for the rest of my career." Kevin, back to you.
Clearly a new wrinkle. All right, Allie, as always, we thank you.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Pritchard feeling it out a bit. Antetokounmpo with the steal. Pass to Rollins. Back to Giannis. Portis a screen on Tatum. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
Wow, Giannis. That is ridiculous.
That's a great look at that move from the Connected Cam, sponsored by AT&T. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Outside Tatum. Pass to Brown. Brown gets it done inside.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And timeout called by Doc Rivers. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. He's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Boston also with the sub. Sam Hauser's checked in for White. .152 left to play in the third. Pritchard against Porter. Fires for 3. Rebounded by Hauser.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Brown dishes to Vucevic, and slam dunk by Vucevic.
Well, as his career has progressed, Brown's really improved his playmaking. Credit to him for putting in the work.
Here is Porter. 6 points for him. From deep. Jason Tatum grabs the board. Celtics leading by 12. Vucevic setting the pick for Brown. Cash money. Brown with the tray.
Well, you know, when Brown's hitting the 3, it really opens up this offense.
Outside Portis. Back to Porter. Will it go? Good on the jump shot. Porter's got 8 points.
And that's a high percentage
Come
look when
on.
the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense.
All right, cool.
Coaches notice that extra effort.
Count it.
Well, when you have a guy scoring like he is, you redraw every play to be about getting him the ball.
Porter against Pritchard. Porter passes to Harris. He gets it in there. Harris has got his first points of the night.
Well, he's a bigger guard at 210 pounds. Harris can mix it up in the paint.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. There's a screen. Tatum passes to Hauser. It's hauled in by Harris.
Yeah, there's really no excuse for missing that one. That's just a blown opportunity.
Turner dishes the Porter. In the corner, it's Harris. Takes a 3. That shot off. And so it's Boston. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Turner at center with Antetokounmpo next to him. Cam Thomas is out there with A.J. Green. And it's Kuzma in at the small forward position. That's the group for Milwaukee right now.
Attacking the rim at full speed. No one wanted to get in Brown's way.
Now here's Giannis. He's tightly guarded. Turner with the screen. Here's Antetokounmpo. That shot is good. He's taken 15 and made 10 from the field tonight.
Playing from behind right here. Not easy, but he is answering the bell.
Well, consistent scoring is a good foundation for a comeback. They can't be wasting possessions now.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Thomas. And it's Antetokounmpo picking up the assist. Giannis has got 5 assists tonight.
And sticking it there from the corner pocket. Thomas is someone the D can't afford to lose sight of.
Down low. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Putting that pass right in his stride. Didn't have to slow up and was able to complete the play.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Bobby Portis is checked in for Miles Turner. Gary Harris comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Rollins checked in for Cameron Thomas. And Kevin Porter subbed in for Green. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Doc Rivers' huddle, and he was adamant that they need to tighten up their D. That lack of communication at that end has led to breakdowns, wide open shooters, and easy buckets. He sounded pretty frustrated, guys.
And as always, Allie, great job. Thank you. Porter finds Portis. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Consistency all game long. He's going to continue, I think, to have to take it over to get them back in the game.
Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Here's Pritchard. 18 feet
nice.
Out. Counted.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
Trying again. The length of Giannis on display.
Yeah, look, you've got to block out Antetokounmpo, or this is exactly what will happen.
Now White. Got it to go off the glass.
And loving the strategy. Even though you're well ahead, you want to stay in attack mode.
Yeah, you got to keep going at him. You don't want to leave any hope for a comeback.
Antetokounmpo. That shot no good. Celtics leading by 12. Tatum with the screen on Porter. Pritchard got it to go. Antetokounmpo outside. There's Giannis. Look out below.
Great timing. Giannis able to complete the oop.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
First team foul. At the line for the Hawks, Giannis Antetokounmpo. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, there's a handful of players in this league who help your team in every way. Giannis is one of them. Offense, defense, rebounding, leadership, everything. He's a coach's dream.
And both free throws good for Giannis.
I think what makes Giannis special is how uncomplicated he is. The man is just an incredible, pure athlete who simply loves the game of basketball. That's all there is to it.
Showing the moves down low.
Well, sometimes you need more than just your stars, though. They've got to run something to get the other guys good looks.
A minute 20 left in the fourth quarter. Tatum a screen. Antetokounmpo with the steal. Off the glass.
Well, this is what you want to see from Giannis. Your biggest stars stepping up in the biggest moments.
Right outside. 56 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Let's lose a three. The three goes down. And that is the kind of big-time shot that can really deflate a crowd.
And did he ever do that? Sound level right now, 0 in this arena.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. Here's Porter. Harris knocks down the three.
Harris is so confident from all over the place.
This may be their most important possession.
No doubt about it. As long as they don't make any major mistakes, this one's in the bag.
Vucevic gets double teamed. Outside Brown. Oh, the slam dunk.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
Up again. Tries it yet again, and he got it. Nice execution on the layup. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Gary Harris. First personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for the Celtics, Jaylen Brown. 2 shots.
It's the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's an 8-point game. Timeout called the Bucks. They're trailing by 8. Guys, your thoughts?
Licking their wounds. It hasn't come together for them tonight.
But they're not going down without a fight. They'll keep game planning and playing until the final whistle.
Outside Harris. He's off from 3. And here's Vucevic. So it's the Celtics picking up the win. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
So now let's send it over to the sideline where Allie LaForce is standing by with our player of the game.
Thank you very much, Jaylen. You had it going. Can you talk about the confidence you had tonight?
I'm just trying to continue to show people what I can do, continue to get better. It's a long journey. It's a process. I still got a long way to go and a lot to learn, so I'm going to just keep going up.
It's all part of the journey. Thanks, Jaylen.
Good stuff, Allie. Thanks. And that'll wrap it up, folks. And for all of us here at the table, Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony and our terrific sideline reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us tonight. And now, our player of the game, Jaylen Brown.